Hello and welcome to another episode of Reflect, looking at the book of Revelation. And today we're going to be exploring the first 12 verses of chapter 9, which features the fifth trumpet out of 7. Last episode we saw the complete effects of judgment on creation and the toll it took with the ecological disasters that were envisioned in that vision with the trumpets. Today we're going to see the judgment shift from all of creation to people. Now, chapter 8 ended with a message from an eagle that we didn't explore last time as much, but I think sets the stage for the next three trumpets. And we read in verse 13, as I watched, I heard an eagle that was flying in midair call out in a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth because of the trumpet blast about to be sounded by the other three angels." Such an ominous warning, and we will see one that is justified as we look at trumpets 5 and 6. And today we're just going to look at trumpets 5. And so let's read chapter 9, verses 1 to 12. The fifth angel sounded his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen from the sky to the earth. The star was given the key to the shaft of the abyss. When he opened the abyss, smoke rose from it like the smoke from a gigantic furnace. The sun and sky were darkened by the smoke from the abyss. And out of the smoke, locusts came down on the earth and were given power like that of scorpions of the earth. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any plant or tree, but only those people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were not allowed to kill them, but only to torture them for 5 months. And the agony they suffered was like that of the sting of a scorpion when it strikes. During those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will elude them. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. On their heads, they wore something like crowns of gold, and their faces resembled human faces. Their hair was like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth. They had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the thundering of many horses and chariots rushing into battle. They had tails with stingers like scorpions, and in their tails they had power to torment people for 5 months. They had as king over them the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek is Apollyon, that is, destroyer. The first woe is past. 2 other woes are yet to come. This imagery in chapter 9 is so obscure for us and strange to us that than much of the imagery we've encountered so far in Revelation. And for some, it can even be scary. So in ancient times, such as when Revelation was written, stars were often associated with deities or heavenly beings. In Revelation, we've seen stars are actually an image for angels. So it's fair to see the star that comes down with the fifth trumpet as an angelic power, since it's given the keys to open the abyss and bring about the judgment we read. What's key here is that the abyss is only open with God's permission. God is in full control. And then we encounter this image of locusts coming out of the smoke. Locusts being insects that destroy whatever is in their path when they swarm, eating all the grass and plants and that stuff. And again, this is a judgment that parallels a judgment of Egypt back in the book of Exodus, just like the hail last week did. And we need to note those parallels. The image of the swarm of locusts actually has a strong root in the Old Testament. But these ones are different. One thing is, they're actually not allowed to harm creation. They're not allowed to harm the grass or plants like a normal locust would. They're there to torment humans. And they're given power like scorpions who can sting. But they're also, what's unusual is that this judgment is focused on human beings with locusts. Locusts usually bring an image of judgment by destroying the creation around humans. But here, it's focused completely on humans. But only those humans who are not bearing the seal of God on their foreheads. One of the things we can get caught up with in Revelation and end time theology is images like the mark of the beast. And people have speculated for years what that is. Is it this? Is it that? We don't want to have the mark of the beast. But there's a far better image to worry about, and that is, are we marked with God's seal? Are you one of God's people? Are you a true disciple of Jesus? Because if you are, you don't have to worry about the mark of the beast because you're marked by God. You're marked for God. And so that's the image we need to be trying to hold on to is, am I marked for God? Am I one of the disciples of God? Do I love God and have I accepted God's love for me? The locusts that we see are normal locusts. They really are demonic in nature, but God has limited the harm they can bring. They can only torture. They can't harm those sealed. They can't ruin the environment and are only allowed to torture for 5 months. And then the image becomes even stranger as these stinging locusts look like horses ready for battle, wearing crowns of gold, and had hair like women's hair, and teeth like lions, with breastplates of iron, and their king is an angel of the abyss named Destroyer. There's really a spiritual dynamic to this imagery, with these demonic locusts and having a king that's called the Destroyer. And we see the spiritual reality of the battle impacting the physical in horrible ways. But still, this is all done with God's permission and authority. And again, this is written to the people of the church who are heavily persecuted. Here they're seeing the fullness of God's judgment on those who did the persecuting, and as both a spiritual and physical persecution that they're enduring. And then we come to the end, and we're told the first woe, as mentioned by the eagle at the end of chapter 8, is done. And there's 2 more woes to come with the 6th and 7th trumpet, which we're going to explore over the next couple of videos. So thanks for watching this week, and we'll connect next time when we look at the 6th trumpet. Thanks for watching.